Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're here to play Earth.
Oh.
Nope, I did it again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I realized as soon as I hit the start button, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the last game I played.
Oopsies.
I always forget that. I'm trying to change it up and I forget. Oh, you know what?
So if you haven't watched our Power Rangers, the deck builder.
Yeah, we played that last.
Check that out.
Yeah. Maybe I can correct this on the fly real fast. Ready? Let's see what happens. Well, if you could snap your fingers for me.
Oh,
nice job.
Look at that.
A little small, but I mean, you did what you could, right?
Yeah. You need me to do something else?
No, I'll just do what I can do. Hold on. See if I can. Where is it? Oh, okay, didn't work. Oh, that was bad. It's hard to do. It's like in a mirror. Anyways, we're playing Earth today.
Yes.
If you already know, you
clicked on the video, right?
It's in the thumbnail. It's in the title. Come on, man. Who's just blindly clicking stuff?
I mean, I'm sure there are some that's like, Rob's live? Oh, let's check it out.
Yeah, they didn't read the notification. They're just like, all right, let's see what these idiots are up to.
Yeah.
Boom, they're here. We're playing Earth today, published by Inside Up Games. Full disclosure, we purchased this game with our own funds from our local game store. We're not being paid to play this or forced to play this. We want to play this, and the reason we can play this is thank you to the support from these people here, allowing me to do this full-time, play games for you on YouTube. So if you'd like to support the channel, links are in the video description. Thank you so much. And also it helps Mel join me sometimes because I bribe her. So Thank you for your support.
Financially?
Yes, she is forced to play. She plays only if I pay her. So yeah, that's how. Yeah. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know.
Yes, thank you so much to all of you that help support the channel.
Yeah,
it's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. And I only have her for 2 hours, so we got to hurry and play now. She might leave in the middle of the playthrough. If you guys don't donate now, I'm just joking. Just kidding. Thank you all for the support. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for everything. Thanks for watching, sharing, liking, all that stuff. Much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, we mainly do playthroughs here, live playthroughs actually, mainly now over the last few years. Some pre-recorded ones, but we play big games, small games, medium, heavy, story games, legacy games, fantasy games, all this kind of stuff. Tons of games. You can check out the playlist section or the live section on the channel and see tons of content. You subscribe and stay tuned. We'll be doing more playthroughs of things in the future. And you can join us live, hang out in the chat with all our awesome community, which is always growing. Thank you to almost 18,000 of you for subscribing to the channel at this point.
Oh, very close. We're very close.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you
for helping us grow over the last like 9 or 10 years or something on YouTube. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
I do see lots of dice in the chat as well, so thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you to
all
our members.
Different colors, love it.
Yeah, thank you to our members and our Patreons, of course.
Yes, thank you.
You know, I can't tell for sure based on this.
Yeah.
And they're all mixed in here. So, but 11 of you, when I update the creds today, there are 11 people, at least it's 12, I think, because there's a couple people, maybe it's 12 or 13. There's a couple of people whose names are slightly different on YouTube and Patreon.
Oh, okay.
But there are some people who donate and support us every month on Patreon and some who do it also on YouTube. So thank you to those. Because when I update the list, I put them both together and then I remove duplicates. And it told me today there was like 11, but then I went through and there's a couple that like, it's just like one letter off or something. So it didn't catch it. But yeah, I appreciate those who are like donating on both platforms. It's awesome. Very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we're playing Earth today. If you didn't see me play the solo last week, I did. It's in the playlist down in the video description. If you want to see me explain this game solo, play it solo, full playthrough, my thoughts on it, playing it solo. I've played this solo twice, and Mel and I have played it multiplayer in a 4-player game once to learn it, our very first game. So we've only played multiplayer one time, and it was the game like we literally read the rules like the same day. So it's not that bad. It's actually an easy to learn game. Very well done rule book. All makes sense. Some of the iconography is a little confusing, but they put it right on the player boards, so you can usually decipher the hieroglyphics by just looking at your player board and kind of like deducing what it does. But yeah, I don't see many questions online about trying to understand how cards work. There are a few though, because it's like a little confusing. So I might misinterpret a card. If you're watching later, leave it in the comments below. Timestamp it if you can, help people learn from our mistakes. Always appreciate it. Obviously, you're playing live, and no playthrough, even recorded, can be perfect. on the internet with people watching and trying to do other things than just focusing on a board game. So keep that in mind. We might make mistakes, as we always do. Everyone always does. Like, I don't know, there's no way to, even you do it, but you just don't record yourself and watch.
Yeah, like no one's over your shoulder, like,
Yeah. And even chat misses it live. Even people in the comments miss mistakes later.
Yep.
It happens, but we're all having fun, so who cares? It's not that important. I've learned over the years. I used to care more, but we can all learn, we can all improve. So if you do notice anything, say it in the chat, drop it in the comments. We're all good. We don't take offense to it. It will help everyone learn and play the game better. Especially those who are having a rough time understanding. They might come here and watch it played, and then they're like, oh, I don't think that's how that works. Check the comments. There might be somebody who's already pointed it out and explained how it works, and we looked it up, and page numbers are there sometimes, and links to rules references or Board Game Geek post titles and stuff. So yeah. So it's ranked 227 overall. This thing is flying up. It literally came out a few months ago. Kickstarted, I believe, last year. It is part of that. I've already talked about this on the solo stream, so I won't beat a dead horse, but if this game looks interesting to you, or any of the games I'm about to mention look interesting to you, these are other games that I've played on stream before, or we have played on stream before. Some of them many times, and some I've played many, many times off stream. Because they're a hit with family, friends, my daughter, all this stuff, right? This is in the same category. This is going after the same market, the same success. It's chasing that success of games like Everdell, Wingspan, Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, Ark Nova. Okay, it's part of that same family of games. There's a lot of similarities, but there are some differences. But if you like those engine building, nature, chill kind of environment, sciencey themed, I don't know, biological, I don't know what all the categories are, the themes that those pull from, if you know, it fits in that genre. So if you love like Wingspan and Ark Nova and any of those games I mentioned, this, and you want more, you want ones that are slightly different, this might be one of those. If you play those games, you don't like them, you don't need this game, but this might have some differences that make you want to play it over some of those games, because it doesn't use certain aspects of some of those games, and the length and things are a little different than some of those games. They're not as complex. But the complexity here is 2.86, so it's not the lightest game ever. It's kind of that medium weight game. 1 to 5 players, supposedly best with 2 according to the community.
Oh.
45 to 90 minutes when you know what you're doing. Yeah, you can rifle through this game pretty quick. Has a good flow to it. But yeah. But if you have those games, any of those games, you're like, I'm bored of these kind of games, this is not going to change that for you. I feel, when I play a session of this, I feel very similar to, you know, the overall feeling I have from playing, you know, Wingspan, Ark Nova, Terraforming Mars. All those are the same, kind of like engine building, giant card decks full of unique cards, you know, those kind of things. Shuffling takes 3 to 6 hours before you play. Stuff like that, you know.
I think it's crazy that it's flown to 227 already. That's crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, when I first saw this game, when I was browsing crowdfunding, preparing for one of the streams where I talk about crowdfunding campaigns, I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, Thunder Bay, Ontario or whatever is where the publisher is, or in Canada, Ontario somewhere. And we're from Ontario, we're in Canada. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Usually I don't see board game publishers, you know, in my own country, very rarely. That have a bunch of other games already. I've heard of Inside Up Games. And I was like, oh, okay, this game. I saw the pictures. I read quickly how it played. I'm like, oh, I see. It's like kind of going after the Wingspan Ark Nova hype. And sure enough, like I pointed that out on stream. I showed some people. I know some people in the community bought it, like backed it right there. We're like, yep, I'm looking for a game like this. Boom, backed it. Looked pretty on the table. I didn't back it, but I was like, oh, maybe check it out later. But I don't know if it's for me. But I just want to show you guys, you know, kind of being a proud Canadian, was like, oh, it's kind of cool to see a game come from Canada. It looks like it'll fit that hot market of, you know, the Wingspan, the Ark Nova, you know, Terraforming Mars kind of market. Sure enough, it released, boom, there it is, flying up the charts, and rated very well, 7.9, and like, yeah, people are liking it. So definitely a solid game. Definitely a solid game in that category. But again, this is what I recommend to people when they play it, they like it, or are interested in it. If you don't know any of those other games, like Ark Nova, Wingspan, Everdell, Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, I don't know what other ones I keep saying because I keep forgetting some of them, but check out those too. Those might have themes or some mechanics or player counts or ratings or reviews and stuff, making it like flow that you might like a little better. Theme, all that stuff. Art, You know, any one of those will give you the same kind of experience, will fit that same category in your collection. So maybe one is better for you than another, you know? Maybe you want to build a little zoo in front of you, you know? Or maybe you want to build a cute little critter village, you know? And have squishy berries in your game, you know? You like eggs. You like little eggs and birds, you know? Like there might be a different one for you. You like space, terraforming Mars, like definitely all the spacey, you know, theme. Cool stuff there. But yeah, component-wise, maybe don't look at Terraforming Mars. Maybe look at Ares Expedition. But anyways, I warned you. I warned you. Component quality in Terraforming Mars. Yeah, I hate mentioning it, but it is a good game. It just sucks who is published by it. But anyways, all right. Let's get to it. Dan says, Ark Nova totally conquered my gaming group. Some are even skipping Arkham Horror LCG for it. The Heretics.
Oh, interesting.
Dan, Han says, Dan, my fiance gasped at your comment and said, blasphemy. So basically what I see happening is in your group, they would rather the chance that one person could win at a board game session and feel good when they walk away versus everyone just feeling defeated all the time.
That's funny.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Only I feel that way when I play Arkham Horror LCG. And
yeah, I don't necessarily feel that way.
And somehow I keep wanting to play it again and then damn again every time they make a new campaign. I hate it.
Don't tease Dan by saying you're excited to play it again.
Yeah, I don't think of it. It's like I love LCGs. Like I don't care, but yeah, it's a Punisher. It was so mysterious. I don't know about that game. So Bruce says never played this one before, so looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Michael R
nice.
says
love
such
showing
a
people new games.
Yep. Michael R says such a chill feel to this game. Perfect for a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And Gopher says a Canadian just won today's stage of the Tour de France. Michael Woods. Oh, Michael from Canada.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
Yeah, we know Michael. Michael's the only guy in Canada that owns a bike. We see him biking all the time.
He's got those snow tires on it.
Yeah. Everyone knows Mike from Canada.
Oh, that's so funny.
Just kidding.
Oh, Bruce says, Mel, my wife says hi. Hi. Morning, Janet.
Hello, Janet. All right. Let's start some Earth. This is a competitive game. We're building our own island ecosystem. It is a kind of engine building, some point salad stuff to it. We're basically working to see, I know this is super exciting to say, this is how you wow gamers. By telling them a game, you're just trying to achieve the most victory points at the table. I know. Sounds cutting edge, mind-blowing, amazing, just makes you really want to just sit and play a game because you're racing for those victory points.
Dan is saying, is it just me? Is there an echo? Is there an echo from anyone else?
Yeah, I'm talking too loud.
I'm plugged in, right?
I don't know. Maybe I'm talking too loud. I don't know. I see. Yeah, I'm plugged in. Yeah, it might just be.
It might just be Dan.
I might just be yelling into Mel's mic too loud.
Oh, no echo for Michael. Okay.
Maybe refresh the app. I don't know. That's a weird one.
Okay, we're good.
No
Sorry,
echo?
just making sure.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, we're basically playing for the most victory points. And you can, as you know, you can play 1 to 5 players or whatever. There's different categories of victory points. Then we just total up, see who won the most. There are tiebreakers. Funny, Yogi. Funny.
Yogi makes me laugh every stream.
There's an echo in chat, supposedly. Let me try to fix that. All right, so there is a main fauna board with some global ecosystems. Those are like our these fauna cards are kind of like our in-game victory point kind of criteria achievements that we're trying to reach during the gameplay. And the first person to reach them will get to put one of their little leaf tokens, one of these little tokens, and slap it up here. If they're the first to achieve it, that means the next person, will get less victory points. So there'll be a few criterion cards here, these kind of cards, and they're dual-sided. There's a whole bunch in the game. So this just shows you the victory The victory point achievements, whatever you want to call these fauna cards, are different every game. You'll have a different 4 put up there, and we'll find those out randomly shortly. And there's going to be 2 global ecosystems. These are like your end game victory point conditions we're working towards. So everybody can score the points off these, and there's even more of these ones that are random. And then we'll each get a personal one to go on our board that only we can each score, because it's on our personal island that we're trying to achieve for the end of the game. So you can ignore these, but it's obviously good to work towards them. They're big, juicy shots of points. But you also can gain points from cards you've put on your island in your 4x4 16 card tableau. The first person to get that tableau completed actually triggers the end of the game. They'll automatically get to put one of their leaf tokens here and gain 7 victory points. Also another nice little injection of points to help you. And then every player will get like one last turn, except for the person who triggered. No, the first player, right? Oh yeah, we should have the first player token. Whoopsie.
We have them.
No, that's the
Oh,
active
that's the
player.
active player.
It's probably in the box there. Yeah, we're playing multiplayer. We need a first player token. Remember that if the first player already went and I ended it, that means I'm on the last turn because, you know, Mel already had to turn that round or whatever. It's in one of the little bags with the cardboard green tokens. Just the round. The little bag like this, but it has cardboard green tokens in it.
Oh, it was up against the side of the board.
Come on, Mel.
Sorry, it was up against the side of the box.
So yeah, I forgot. When we're playing multiplayer, we need this. When I play solo the other day, I don't need this. But this is the token. It's dual-sided. So you can choose on the mood you're feeling. Do you want a polar bear staring at the first player all game? Or do you want the first player lost in a Zen, you know, little waterfall scene? If you're not the first player, I recommend putting this there to distract them from your game plan. Otherwise, maybe just if you're a first player, put this beside you, you know, so you just have this guy cheering you on. That's the way I look at it. So pro tip.
Yogi says polar bear. Okay.
Pro tip.
We'll
okay.
go with Yogi.
So let's find out who's going random. We'll do Mel odds. I'm evens, and we'll just roll a die, and it's odds. So Mel is first player. You can choose
Super.
how you want to.
I'm going to go with Yogi, says polar bear.
Okay. We'll put this. Let's put this like up here somewhere because you need to have room to put things here,
right.
and we also need a 4x4 grid here, and I've placed it very strategically. There is no space to spare. Not a square to spare
Nope.
of neoprene mat. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up our main board. There is a deck of literally like 300 or something cards, 400. I don't even know how many cards. There's a lot. I put them in 2 stacks. Every card is unique in here. So every game you play, not just is unique in the combination of global victory point criteria achievements you're trying to reach. Also, you'll have a variable setup, and you can play it so you have some choice, or you can play it so it's random. But everyone's island will have a specific climate that's completely unique, and you can choose which side of the card you want to use, or deal out 2 to everybody, and they choose one of them and which side they want to use. And there's also your island card that will give you specific starting resources and an ongoing ability, or some kind of, yeah, I guess it's only abilities. Some are just passive, some are ones you trigger. And then we have tokens. I just duplicated the tubs here, but these are our growth tokens and sprouts. These are also growth tokens. You'll see those placed on cards to earn points. They're also resources we can spend. We can spend sprouts. We can spend growth tokens. This is the soil. This is used and will be tracked on your board, and you keep it here. There's an action to spend sprouts, 3 of them for 2 soil at any point. And you use soil to plant cards. And in the earth deck here, there's a soil cost in the top left. And there are 3 types of cards in here that you can plant in your tableau. There are flora cards, there are terrain cards, and there are event cards. Event cards you can't plant. You just play them one-time effects. They go to this event pile on your personal board to be added to your score later, which some of them have negative points, and they're kind of like a way to just inject some resources or do something to help you, basically. And you can do them at any time, even on another player's turn. Let's give you a little tour of cards here. So here's a terrain card. Top left, we have a cost of soil. There's the victory points it'll gain you if it's in your tableau at the end of the game. There's a symbol letting you know it's a terrain. There's some words letting you know it's a terrain, and it's the river card. These are habitat types. There are 4 types in the game. I don't know what they're exactly called, but there's like a raindrop, a little mountain thing, a sun, and there's a snowflake. On the bottom here's an ability. Brown abilities are either endgame scoring conditions or ongoing little cost reductions or effects that will help you passively. That's what's on terrain cards, basically. On Flora cards, these ones are a little more interesting because based on the color here, they will get triggered every time you do, or anytime the active player fires off that action of that color. So we have the green action, the red action, the blue, and the yellow, which is plant, compost, water, and growth.
Yep.
And so you'll see here, there's, blue card abilities, yellow card abilities, red card abilities. Ignore that black for now. And then we got green, and remember, brown are like ongoing or some kind of end game victory point. And the brown are only on terrains. You won't find brown on or black on Flora. Black could be, actually black, yeah, can be, I think black can be on Flora, maybe only on terrain, I can't remember, but they're on some of them. Black are just one-time abilities that fire off, just like on the events. So they just happen when you play the card, and they're gone. You don't have to worry about triggering them over and over again, or end games victory points or anything like that. And there are multicolored abilities that are rare. These will fire off anytime you do the blue, yellow, or red ability. They also count for end game scoring when you're starting to count up blue, yellow, or red, or whatever abilities. But green aren't part of the multicolor. As seen here, you can see on the board, the multicolor only fire off when you do those actions. When you fire off actions, the active player who picks the action gets to do a better version of the action, fires off all of their abilities in their tableau, and then every other player at the table, signified by this symbol here, will get to do kind of a crappier version of that action and still fire off their abilities. So in this case, they would fire off the yellow and the multicolor if they want. It's all optional, except for this one here where you have to draw and discard. So yeah, and you'll see this all as we play fully through it today. Give your thoughts quickly at the end. But yeah, I talked a lot about it in the solo playthrough. I'll kind of just go over it quick here. It'll just make more sense as we play, but I'm just going over it as fast as I can here. Yeah, I guess the abilities I should kind of highlight. So the planting is basically a way to plant cards in your tableau, your 4x4 grid of cards in your tableau. And it also lets you kind of search for cards because you get to draw 4 off the top, keep 1, discard the rest. Okay. The compost ability is a way to gain soil. And you also get to take cards off the main deck and actually put them face down in your compost pile, which your compost cards remind you with this victory point symbol of the leaf in the game, remind you that cards in your compost, you just total them up at the end of the game, they're worth 1 victory point each. But you also can spend them for a resource, just like you can for sprouts, growth tokens, soil tokens. It's something that you may spend to fire off abilities, but they're also victory points at the end of the game. Okay. And then this ability here is a way to get sprouts, put green tokens on cards. So some of these cards, I went over them quickly, but some of the cards have spots here, little squares for sprouts. And that little leaf symbol reminds you that every little one that's covered at the end of the game is worth a victory point. Okay. And then the last thing on the cards that I didn't really cover is this, your growth spot. So this is the amount of growth tokens you can put on here. The last one always has to be a canopy, one of these little colored toppers, and you kind of pile them up on the cards. So in this case, it's a 2 limit. So the first one I put is a trunk token. Trunk tokens are worth 1 point, but my last token, because this is 2 max, will be a canopy. And when you put canopy on at the end of the game, it's a nice quick way to see all the colors across of all your different canopies. Color doesn't matter which one you decide to put on, but when the canopy's on here, you'll actually fire off the right victory points at the end of the game you'll get instead of 1 per growth token. In this case, it's like pretty much the same, but if you just had it like so at the end of the game, that's only worth 1 victory point. So if you can finish it off, but some of them there's like a max of 3, and if you complete it, they get you like 6 victory points instead. But you can spend these for resources, so you got to be careful when the end of the game's coming to try to get as many capped off as you can, right? Which is cool. All right, then this last one. So this also gains you soil here, but you can put little sprout tokens on cards. Then the last one, the plant, is the stuff I just talked about with the, you get to draw 4 cards from the main deck, just keep them. And then you can put up to 2 growth tokens on cards in your tableau. So if someone takes that action and you have no cards with those little spots on them to put the little tree trunks or the canopies, you can't do it. So get some cards planted, but to plant cards, you're gonna need some soil. And sometimes to make some soil or get sprouts out there, you're gonna need to do this little water action. So let's get us set up here. So I don't know if you've seen this, Mel, but I do have this voice activated AI. It's similar to Chat GPT.
Okay.
But mine is called Chat RGT. So what I do is when I need like a random number, I can just kind of like, I want a random 4 cards from here.
Okay.
So I just say I want a random number, and then a bunch of numbers will appear between a certain thing. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, and it happens on the screen right there. It's actually in the same list as chat.
Oh, cool.
So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I need a number from 1 to 23. And then the first 4 that are in that range that appear in chat, I use those to generate a random seed for our game and our scoring.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So see, it just detects my voice. It's pretty awesome. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see number 2 there, and a number 1 there. Boom.
Wow, look at that,
See?
eh?
Then I need some new numbers for a different range. So then I just tell the voice activated AI. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, these are islands. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
rewind.
Error. It's these cards I need, which are even bigger. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I need a number between 1 and 32, and then chat RGT, my automated AI, will just spit out some numbers and we'll just use them. So let's go with the 5. 13, 6, 7 was 1. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so sometimes it's broken.
I know, sometimes, yeah.
I've learned
AI
it
doesn't always work as
with
intended.
all software. Like, I didn't even pay for it, so like I can't complain, but it's not the best quality AI I've had.
True.
Some days it's better than others, but it's okay. I can't complain. I get what I pay for. Thank you everyone for helping me with that, by the way. Okay. So with these, what I do, oh yeah, I didn't need 4 of them. I just needed 2 of these, but we can do these as our own.
Sure.
Oh, actually we get to choose. So, I mean, yeah, I messed that up. I was having too much fun. So I'll put these here for us. We'll get to look at those after. For these ones, I'll just choose 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll look at those after we see all our endgame scoring. We're playing the advanced kind of setup where, you know, you deal out 2 to every player and let them have some choice on kind of like picking what they want to choose based on what was randomly chosen from our main. So for these, I'll just roll a die to see if I flip it. So if it's evens, I just flip the card. So it's odds. That'll go there. We'll look at it in a sec. This one. Odds. It'll just go like that. And then I'll do the same for these. Odd. Odd.
This is odd.
Yep. Odd. Okay, whatever. The die's broken. Yep, whatever.
Oh.
1s and 5s are popular. Okay, done. So, that is that. Put those up there. We don't need any of that stuff.
Bridget has a question that I'm just going to answer really quickly. It says, Mel, curious, do you do your own research on games or does Rob just teach you how to play? So research we kind of do together. If there's a game that we're interested in, we kind of look at it together. Unless it's solo, he picks it by himself, but it's something that I would possibly play with him on the channel. Then we'll look into it together and we'll decide if it's something that we would want to play. He doesn't necessarily teach me how to play. We both will read through the rule book fully. We play usually our practice game together and kind of do it together. I think you did teach me this game though, however.
Yeah.
Because he taught us with other gamers.
Yeah, for this game, I just read the rule book in the morning. Then we drove to a family member's house, and then I just taught them, and we played our first game all together, learning. But it was like just because it's like an easier to learn and easy to teach game. I would never normally do that because it stressed me right out. I normally like to learn a game. Normally, yes, like Mel said, I show her a game.
Yeah, like we'll research it together if it's something that we might play together.
Unless it's solo.
Unless it's solo, then
I
he
don't even tell her. I'm just like, I'm getting these games. They're solo. I'm going to play them solo.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, and some games he's gotten that he's intended to play solo, and then I see it, and I'm like, oh, I want to play that with you too.
Yep.
So.
But it is Rob's gaming table, so I am kind of like deciding on the content that's played on the channel, and whether I want to play it with her or not. I kind of throw it at her. I give her the option. And some I tell her, like, if you're going to play this with me, if you don't want to play with me, I'm not going to buy it. So just tell me if this does not look interesting to you, be super honest, like, you know, or if like a publisher reaches out with a game, I'll show Mel and be like, hey, does this game look interesting to you? Be honest. Like, if you don't want to spend the time learning this game, it doesn't look great. I don't want to waste my time teaching you or playing it, and like I could go either way sometimes. So, or even if I am interested, it's like I don't want to play it solo because it doesn't look interesting solo. So literally there's no rule to it. There's literally so many different situations depending on the game and whatever. There's no science to it. We just kind of, that's how we do it.
Yeah. But I like to know how to play a game before we sit down and play it on stream. So I do read the rules myself as well.
How long did our 4-player game take? I didn't time it.
I didn't time it, but
I don't remember.
I would probably say
2 to
less.
3 hours.
I would probably say
like
2 hours. Maybe
probably 2-ish, yeah.
But we didn't time it.
Yeah, we got there mid-afternoon. We started playing within like 30 minutes, and then we were done before dinner. Like I don't know. I feel like 2-ish hours to teach, set up, clean it up, play it, all that stuff. So I don't know.
Now,
but they've played games like this before. Everyone's kind of like, they own Wingspan. They've played that 100 times. I've taught them many games. They played way more complex games. So yeah. But my daughter, she sat down to play as the 5th player, and then was kind of like, as I started teaching it, she looks at it and she's like, you know, nah, I'm not up for this right now. Too complicated, and walks away.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no problem. She really just wanted to go swim.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was interested. She looked at it and was like, oh, nice. Like, it looks kind of like, you know.
And she likes those other games that are similar to this, like the
Everdell,
Wingspan, Everdell, yeah.
Yep. So I was like, it's like Everdell and Wingspan. She's like, okay, I'll play it. And then she was like, I was explaining like ecosystem, climates, and that, and some of the words.
She's like,
probably felt like school. And she's like, nah.
It's summer. I'm going to the pool.
Yeah, I'd rather play in the pool. Screw this.
Yeah.
Which
Hi,
I was like,
Erica.
understood. Erica, hello. So yeah. Mel is in charge of everything except printers. Rob does the printers. Yeah. When the printer's broken, that's my job. Yeah, I'm just the printer guy. Okay, so let's look at our fauna board here of what we're trying to race towards getting. You don't have to do these. You can ignore some of them, only work towards others, but it is recommended in the rule book if you're not sure like what to get going, kind of use these to drive, you know, where you're going for points. Otherwise, you might let the other player at the table just kind of take all the heavy points. But again, they'll gain 15 if they're the first to grab it, and you'll still gain 11 if you grab it any point after that before the end of the game. So it's not a huge difference in the points, but in like a 4 or 5 player game, obviously, the last player to grab it in a 5-player game is only getting 5 points, and the first player would get 15. So
but 15 and 0, if you don't grab it, that's a huge difference. Right?
Not necessarily. So you have to think also in the aspect of one player is probably going to have a very hard time to grab more than 2 or 3 of these.
True.
So if you're paying attention to what other people are doing at the table, and you should, once you know what you're doing in this game, it's a race. So in a race, kind of see which ones they're going after, figure it out, and then go after something completely different. So that way you grab points on something else without conflict. Otherwise, it might feel bad if you're both racing for the same thing. They get lucky with some draws. They get the cards they need. Boom, they beat you. And then you're falling behind on every single track. Or you try to spread yourself too thin and try to achieve everything and meet none of them. So I find in these victory point kind of engine building games, like try to focus on a few things and maybe other things secondary. And some of them just forget them if they conflict with what your plan is, right?
Yep.
Not a pro with these, but this is just what I've kind of learned over playing so many. So again, this one is 4+ items, or 4+ events in your event stack. So that lightning bolt symbol is the events. So event stack is this little spot on your board. So that just basically means play 4 events. Events are in the game only 13% of the giant. Giant deck is actually events. So you may not see many in a game. I've played games where I only saw 2 was the max. So it's rare. And if you're not drawing cards that often, or taking those cards when you're doing the filter action on the growth, it's like you might not see it. So that's one of the things. We can get 4 events in there as quick as possible. So maybe on your setup, so again, on your island card, for example, this tells you how many cards you're drawing, how many will go in your compost from your hand, and how much soil you get. So when you're choosing the cards to basically keep in hand, that event one might make you want to keep events in hand. Maybe not though. Maybe it doesn't help you too much. Maybe the event you have in hand is -4 victory points. So maybe it doesn't make sense to kind of play that one and race with it, but maybe it does if you're going to get 15 total points, you know. But yeah, that's something to think about. All right, we have the brown bear. 5+ brown abilities. Okay, makes sense, I guess, for the brown berry, likes brown abilities. This also includes ability on your island card. So when you're choosing out of the 4 options for your island card at the beginning of the game, maybe choosing a brown might be a good thing because now you'll need 4 more island cards, like cards in your island, flora, terrain, whatever, that have brown abilities on them. But does not include your climate. So, but I don't think climates have brown abilities on them. Maybe that's why. Okay. We have the fire salamander. Wait, I had this one last game, didn't I?
Oh, then flip it. Oh, that's cool.
So this one is Panther Chameleon. 5+ cards, each having 2 different abilities. Okay, so you want cards that have 2 abilities on them, which
Like, well, that's a bad
technically,
example, but
technically that card I just showed has your starting ability, a black ability, and a red. And it even says it counts island and climate cards. So you could have 2 of these right at the start of the game based on your choices on setup. So we'll play that one just because I know I had that one on last stream. And I think I had this one too.
Oh, okay.
Right? I think I had one with the soil costs being high, right? I probably had the elephants. What's the other side? Just trying to do different stuff on stream for anyone who watched it a few days ago when we played the solo one, just showing different stuff. But obviously, if like you have a couple in the game that you've seen before, having different ones totally mess with the formula and make it feel very different for what you might be racing for. So this is 9 or more cards, each with a soil cost of 3 or less. So you'll see probably if people are going for this, that means more than likely it'll be a shorter game. If people are slamming out cheaper cards, we'll more than likely get their grid built quicker.
Right.
But I might ignore this completely and I might put all the expensive cards. Maybe I'm just getting flooded with expensive cards and I'd rather put those down because they have more victory points on them, more places for growth and sprouts and the engine abilities I need. And I just let you go for this one. But then you might build your thing faster because you're putting down cheaper soil cards and you'll grab this 7 victory points for me. But so you got to kind of like away, like, you know, you don't have to follow this because sometimes you just draw into and you're not getting the things you need here. So you got to like kind of pick and choose, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which is neat. So here's our end game. We worry about this by the end of the game. Maybe this is the one I saw. This other one. No, let's do this. I'm gonna get a different one. Maybe it's different, but yeah, I'll just pick a random one here. Let's do like this one for fun. So this one is 3 points for every Flora card with 3 or more growth tokens on it.
That's cool.
Okay. Just to be different. The sets of cards ones are neat, but it's like, I just did that the other day. I don't feel like doing it again. That's just me.
That's fair.
And this one is 3 victory points for every 2 cards, each costing 3 or less. Okay, so now there's 2 cards in the game that are trying to reward us for having cheap cards in our tableau. So, okay, that kind of says like maybe, again, you only need 9 or more here to grab these points, and you get to put 16 cards down possibly by the end of the game. So not all of them need to be that cheap, but for every set of 2, you're going to get 3 extra victory points. So maybe if you put 10 in your tableau, then, you know, you're getting a little more than if you put, you know, just 9.
Right.
You know, because you'll have a set, an extra set, you know. All right. So based on those, we now each can look at these and then we'll just choose in our head and then kind of show what we've chosen based on this or based on your little plan. So of course, look at all of them. So don't just look at one and then pick it because your climate will matter and your ecosystem could matter. 2 different abilities.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Well, Mel's still choosing. I'll go over mine here. I just grabbed this one, trying to be as quick as possible. So this will give me 2 habitats. I don't think that counts for any of these victory points. 5 victory points to place this in. I'll draw 7 cards for setup, put 4 of them in my compost, get 4 soil. Anytime I choose the red action, which is the one to gain soil, I get to draw 2 cards. And then I thought it'd be funny to then be able to compost a card from hand when I fire off the yellow action to gain 3 sprouts, because after I looked at this, I had a sprout ability, so I just thought it'd be fun to kind of see if I can combo this. So if I have extra cards in hand, compost them is great. Then spending those and then putting sprouts out, and then I get 2 for every flora with a sprout on every little square from 1 to 6. So I need to fill up all my cards with sprouts is what I'm trying to do this game based on just this victory point condition. But again, I could ignore this and try to get it working. But this is not something Mel really cares to do because it's my personal victory point thing I'm trying to do. But also I got to keep my mind on these and like kind of, I don't even have cards yet to know which way should I go. I might draw into cards and I might not find any with lots of sprout tokens, and I need to start going for draw actions to try to find those. So I thought a little bit of draw might be good.
Those are not what I'm choosing. Those are,
oh, okay. Yep.
These are what I'm choosing.
All right. Explain to us your thought process here on your island.
So I get 8 cards to start. I discard 5, and I start with 6 soil. And I get 2 growth if I choose the yellow action.
Okay,
so I will get 4 instead of 2, which also helps with this ability that we have where we have filling up our growth. Now, hopefully I find cards with growth on them.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know yet, but
that's the fun.
This one's pretty basic. It is just +2 cards to my hand if I choose the red action.
So same.
So additional draw.
But it's only if you choose the red, not if I choose the red. So it's kind of neat. I have the same thing. Yeah. And then
this is 4 victory points for every 3 cards with an even, and 0 counts as even. An even victory points.
Yeah. So these ones right here, you chose a 1 and a 4. So this one already helps that because it even has a symbol here for your island card counting.
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So now we do our setup. So you need how many cards?
8, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we get to, that's based on your starting island card. And then you obviously have to compost some, I assume.
Yep. 5.
And then you get so many of soil.
I get 6.
So I get 4 soil to start. And again, I got to refresh myself up here and kind of keep that in mind as I'm choosing which cards to keep and which ones to compost. And also what's going on down here.
See that? Oh, yeah, I guess it's okay. Blends in a little bit, but.
What?
The soil on the board.
I know.
But...
I don't like the soil for a couple of reasons. I hate the little tokens are fiddly. So I actually use, and I use it on my solo stream after a while. I just use these brown ones for dirt. But for now, for the first little bit, we'll just kind of use what's in the game to show.
Yep.
Because some people might want to see that and then get, think there's dice included, but there's not. But yeah. But yeah, I totally love playing this game with just dice and kind of tracking stuff that way. But just simpler and easier and cleaner, but that's me.
Pestilence says, hello, Rob ML. My first time catching one of your streams. Arkham Horror was great. Welcome. Thank you. Glad you're here.
Very nice. Compost. Got my 3 cards.
Same.
All right. We chose
I'm
you
first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm
you
first.
get to choose with the active player token. Also, you can choose which side we play with today, Mel, since you're first player.
Oh, I didn't know there's multiple on this.
Oh, of course. Yeah. It's a huge, important step in playing the game. You must choose which art you like the best as to play with. So I'll let you choose. Serious step of the game.
Do we go with the beautiful scene? Oh, Ross says Fox. Okay.
Steve, I just get them on, I don't remember where, but like Amazon or eBay or local game stores, wherever you find dice near you. I don't know what websites and things you have access to, but yeah, just search for dice. 6-sided dice I use. I just search for multicolor dice for me on stream to kind of use for visual aid. But I mean, yeah, whatever brand of dice you like, you just search, read reviews. I don't know. I don't remember. They're just generic. But I was looking for ones that had sharp corners too, that don't accidentally tilt. So that was something I was looking into, not ones with rounded for rolling. These are mainly for just sitting and not getting knocked. So for card games and stuff. Yeah, hopefully that helps you.
All right, I think I am going to start with planting.
Okay, so normally in a game of Earth, everyone at the table does everything simultaneously. But we're just going to do it so it's not as confusing when we're on video presenting this. Where Mel is the active player, she'll just take the first part of planting up 2 cards in her island, and then she gets to draw 4 cards after that and pick 1 to keep, and the others will get discarded. I'll just leave those there for you. And
so I can start by planting anywhere I want because I have no cards in my
in
my grid yet. So I'm going to spend 2 soil, and I'm going to plant a rubber tree.
Yeah, you can just leave it in the middle there, and kind of as you feel you want to put around it.
But I want it lower, I think, because it
doesn't matter right now because it's your first one, so you can kind of just put it in the middle and then kind of attach and slide.
Oh yeah, I
feel,
guess you're right. You're right. Yeah.
As the chat was trying to tell me last time, like I know, but I was trying to keep it fitting on the screen.
I know.
But you have a nice little fenced-in area there, so you can do whatever you want.
I do.
Just do not exceed 4 rows or 4 columns.
Which I don't think our little area allows
exactly.
for. So I'm
just put it in the middle and kind of slide as you go.
Okay, and then my second plant will be.
Also, Steve, check like school supply stores. School supply stores where teachers go to buy, school supplies for teaching, not just like your basic big box store, but actually, yeah, where teachers shop. Those will be a good way for options of dice and things that they use in classroom settings and stuff. So that's another little secret tip for you.
Lower, so I think
when you're presenting things.
Spending 2 for a painted nettle. And then I get to look at these 4.
Yeah, choose one.
I just did 1 tree. And those, I don't know where we're putting a discard.
We'll just put it up here.
Okay.
Face down, discard for the main deck.
Okay, and then I can activate all green abilities, which I do not have.
0.
Oh, yeah, I do not have.
Okay, and I'll do the lesser of the actions where I get to plant 1 card and draw 1 card off the deck in that order, I believe. So I have only 4 soil. So let's just, I guess we'll just put this one down for 2 soil. And I draw 1 card. Okay, and I have no green abilities, right? So we're good.
You have 1?
No.
Oh, that's not a green ability. It looked green
wrong
to me.
green.
Sorry, wrong green.
This is an ecosystem card, which only has endgame scoring abilities on them, or endgame scoring text, not an ability.
Look green. Sorry.
No problem. All right, pass the active token. And you can always take the same action over and over again. So like Mel on her next turn could take the same action. There's no limit. This is not like one of those tokens that kind of marks it off. Also, they give you an extra leaf token in multiplayer where I could have, if I'm kind of slower, there's a lot of things going on at the table, kids running around. you're streaming and you start chatting or ranting about something unrelated to the game, you can mark this with your 5th token to remind you what action was chosen on the turn if you don't have the active player token.
I felt like that was helpful in our 4-player game.
Yes.
I don't know in 2 players, like I can see what you're doing.
Asking questions and learning, and we're looking up things and stuff. So
yeah,
that definitely made sense. So for teaching, I kind of like enforced it, so we all remembered what was going on. But it was funny when someone would be like, "Oh, what action we're doing again?" I'm like, "Leaf token, bro. Leaf token. Put it on your little ability. That's what that symbol's for." So I think I am going to. Let me take the soil action. So I'm going to gain 5 soil. So there are 5 tokens. They're all 10s, but I put those away, so I don't think we need them. And then I'm going to take 2 cards off the deck and put them right face down in my compost without even looking at them. Then I'll fire off red abilities. So this one, I can choose to do the abilities on my board before or after firing off all the abilities from top down, left to right in my tableau. Or I could do them after, before or after firing off, but not in between, and I can't fire off one, do the tableau, and then fire off the other. So this says draw 2 cards if you chose the red action. Well, I did. So I'm just going to draw 2 cards to hand. Okay, great. And then I'll look through my tableau. Whoa, I have a multicolored ability, so I could spend 1 sprout and 1 growth. Oh, I don't have any. And I have to pay the cost full on the card. 1 sprout token, 1 growth token to then compost card from hand and gain 2 soil. I don't have that, so it's fine. So I'm done. Now Mel will gain 2 soil, and she'll get to compost.
No, it's ore for me, but I'm going to choose.
Yeah,
I'm going to choose the soil because I think I need
sorry.
that. And then I don't have any red abilities because I did not choose the action, but I do have this multicolor where I can discard 1 of my compost cards to gain a growth token. And I will put that on.
Very nice.
This one. This one.
All you.
Hmm. I think I'm actually going to choose the yellow action. I will draw 4 cards.
I'll just pull them from Miranda.
Get 2 growths.
4 new cards for you. There is no hand limit.
Ooh, my tree's falling over.
Yeah, some of those don't fit very well.
And then, I get to keep all these. I don't have to discard any. Okay. And then I get to trigger my yellow and multicolor. Let's do... I guess we'll start with this one. If you chose yellow, I can get +2 canopies. I mean, +2 growth. I was thinking of the canopy I'm putting on this one.
Yeah, they're both growth tokens.
Yeah,
but one's a trunk, one's a canopy.
Okay. And then this one, I can compost 2 cards from my hand.
Basically getting rid of cards you may not care for your engine and your points to just turn them into victory points in your compost or a resource you can spend.
Oh, that's a good one. 2. Okay. And then I want to trigger that one. This can have a couple more. So yeah, let's discard that for my compost to gain a growth on this one. Oh,
you're done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take just 2 growth tokens for my weaker version of that ability. And I did not choose the yellow action, so I can't do this one. But this multicolor, I don't have a sprout to spend, so I'm good. Let me... I'm going to do the growth. So I'll plant up to 2 cards. So let me spend 5 total. I'm going to plant these 2. I just don't know. I guess this one I'll put up here. And this one I'll just put beside it. That's fine. Because they give me stuff, so I'm not spending stuff. I'd rather the stuff that I spend to later. So I'll just say that I put them here like this. So when you play your cards, you have to put them adjacent to something else you played already. So diagonal does count, so does orthogonal. So we'll just say I played this one first, like this, and this one second. But I can slide these down if I decide to put other cards there. But yeah, you're just limited 4 by 4. Hopefully that makes sense. And this was the green. Oh yeah, I get to draw 4 cards and choose one, discard the rest. Okay, and green abilities. Nothing. Your turn. Or you can plant a card and you get to draw a card after. And then fire off your own green abilities.
For 4.
And there's your card draw.
Thank you. And I do not have any green abilities. I am going to trigger the red action.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I'm gonna play this event, which I can do anytime in the game. I sometimes hold them and forget they're in my hand. So I'm just gonna play it now. I can do it on your turn, my turn, whatever. So I can spend 2 growth tokens to get 4 sprout tokens. So I'll spend these 2 growth. I'll get 4 sprouts. I'll just put them all on this 4 card here. For simplicity's sake, they can go anywhere. And then I have my first event in here. The race is on. I just need 3 more events. And they're just, yeah, I'm flowing with events in my hand over here. Just wait. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right?
I'm not even going to find 4 probably total, but I'll try.
All right, 5 soil. And I can compost 2 from the deck. And then triggering abilities. Let's do this one first. I draw 2 cards. If I chose the red action, I'll choose 1 from each, I guess. And then this one is compost 2 from the deck. Thank you. And then multicolor. This one is, yeah, let's do this. Discard this one to gain a growth token. Oh, that can finish this one. And done. Go ahead.
This is the red. So I can take a soil or compost 2 cards. I'll take 2 soil. Okay. And then I didn't choose the red action here. This one will give me 2 sprouts. And this one, I don't have any growth to spend, so I can't fire that off. Probably should. I'll do this one. Yellow. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. Okay, 4 cards, and gain 2 growth tokens. Okay, and then fire off some yellow abilities. This one says +1 combos from hand. Yeah, I'll just compost this one. For 3 sprouts. And then yellow here is +1 growth. And +1 sprout. And down here I can spend a sprout and spend a growth to compost a card from hand and gain 2 dirt. And you now get to do either draw 2 cards or gain 2 growth.
I will draw 2 cards. Just 1 from each is fine.
I'll just draw them from wherever I feel like it, unless you want to draw.
No, yeah, that's good. Okay, and then
fire off your yellows.
My yellows, that one is, I didn't choose it. This one here, I can compost 2 from my hand. Let's do 1. Oh, my tree. 1 and 2. And this one, do I want to?
Sure, spend those victory point. You have plenty there. It just turns into another victory point on a different spot.
Yeah, which is better for the other one. So that one, and then this one only takes 1. So let's see. What do I need? I need a green tree.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. There you go. I'm just gonna play an event.
Oh yeah. Oh, get out of here.
-4 composts. So spend 4 composts to get 3 soil. 2 events. Deal with it.
Well, I'll play an event to gain 2 sprouts.
Okay.
Let's just put them here. I'll play another event.
Oh, whoa.
To spend 2 sprouts.
Hopefully it's not get a victory point.
Nope. Okay. To compost 5 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. The race is on.
Yeah. What action are you taking?
I don't know yet. Sorry.
Active player?
I think.
Let's try my intimidation of interrupting you with my events. Hopefully it throws you off.
I think I need to do that actually. Need to do the red action. I will gain 5 soil and compost 2 cards from top of the deck. Thank you. Red actions. This one is good. I will choose this one first to draw 2 cards. Then I will compost to the top of the deck with that one.
Whoa.
And then this one, I don't have any more to spend. So I'm done.
All right, so I can take 2 soil or compost 2 cards off the deck. I will just take 2 soil. And I did not choose the red action, so I can't fire that one off. This one gave me 2 sprouts. And this one I can spend a sprout and a grow to compost a card from hand and gain 2 soil.
Go.
Alrighty. I will. What are we doing here? Let's go for. I'll take the yellow action. I'll draw 4 cards. Gain 2 growths. Okay. And then yellow abilities. I can compost 1 from hand for 3 sprouts. Sure, I think.
Minion, end of game is triggered once somebody has completed their 4x4 tableau.
Compost for 3 sprouts. Okay, here, gain a growth.
Oh, yes, wait.
Can't gain the sprout. And then here I can spend a growth and a sprout to get rid of 1 in my hand. And then 2 more soil. Okay.
I will draw 2 cards to hand. Thank you. And then yellow actions. This one I can compost to from my hand. These 2. Is that the right one? Nope. These 2. And then this one, I don't have anywhere to put it, so done. Okay. I was going to... I'm going to plant. And I can shift over, we said, right?
Until you hit your 4x4
this costs
limit.
1.
That's what I was telling you.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm going to
You do whatever. You don't have to apologize.
shift those over. And let's put this here. Okay, that costs 1. And then my second one will be... 2. Let's put that one there. Okay, and then green abilities. I think I only have this one where I can draw a card.
Okay, so I can plant and draw. I guess I will plant this one for 2. And then I'll draw. Okay. And then green abilities, none. All right.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, I'll plant. Did you do the 4 cards and grab one?
I did not. Sorry. I
And
was just
discard the
thinking
rest?
about my planting.
Yep.
think it's going to be this one.
So this card is going to let me have a discount, an ongoing discount on those little tree symbols. Just FYI. So I am going to, oh yeah, about that stuff. Okay, so for this one, my cost is I may pay some or all this floor's cost with sprouts instead, but my cost is reduced by 1 because it's a tree. So I'm just going to spend 2 sprouts and play this one here.
That's cool. I never saw something that does that.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's play this one for 1. This here for 1 soil. Okay, and I'm going to take 4 cards. Choose 1 to keep. And get rid of the rest. Fire off green abilities. I have none, so it's your turn on green action.
Okay, I'll spend 2 to plant. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my 4 this way. Okay. And then I get to draw a card. One. And then green abilities, I just have this one, which lets me draw a card. Okay. Alrighty.
Yep.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I think I need that for that. I think I will choose. Do I do that? Well, let me only do those things, which is fine. Yeah, green action. So 6 growth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and 2
That's
soil.
blue action, blue
Or
action.
blue, sorry, blue, sorry. Okay. And then
Blue abilities,
blue
multicolor abilities.
I think we just have 2 multicolors, so I can discard 1 for a soil and discard 1 for a growth.
And this is blue, so I could take 2 cubes or 2 soil. 2 soil. No, we'll do 2 cubes. Okay. And then blue abilities. I can spend 1 of these and 1 of these to get rid of a card from hand. Actually, let's get rid of this one. Rid of a card from hand and also gain 2 soil. And then here I can get rid of a compost card to draw 2 cards. And that's me done. I'll go with the plant. All right, so for 3 soil, I'm going to plant this guy here. I think, no, I'll do it here. And then I'm going to plant Hey, what did I get rid of? Plant this one for 0 because it's a tree and I have a discount. And I don't know, I'll just put it here, I guess. Okay, now firing all, or no, the 4 draw. Pick 1. And green abilities. Nada.
Okay, I'll spend 2 to plant. Draw a card. And the only green ability is draw a card. Okay. Okay, I just need one quick second here. Oh, this will do it. Okay. So I will plant.
And put down a double ability card.
I just need to make sure I do this in the right way. Spend 4 soil. Back. I want to put this down here somewhere. So yeah, I can shift it.
Yeah, probably just that much will give you enough room at the top still.
Okay.
Unless you're going to shift it all up and put.
I don't think
another row at
so.
the
No,
bottom.
I don't think so.
Either or.
And then and 2. This wouldn't matter where this goes. Minus that for that.
Yeah,
Can I
whatever.
get that anywhere? Oh yeah, here. So let's put this
I
in
do,
here.
I do too, see Mitch. It definitely looks nice on the table for sure.
Okay. Then I before I do my rest, I have 1, 2, 3,
It's
4.
end of turn.
Oh,
you
end of
actually
turn. Oh,
score.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
So keep going with your
Keep
whole
going.
turn.
So
and then
draw 4.
draw 4, choose
Choose
one.
1.
Yep, yep.
Thank you.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to play an event. Spending 2 growth and composting 5 cards.
Oh, okay. I guess we go with this one. Those are okay. Fire off green abilities, which I think is just the one still to draw a card. Okay. And you've done yours?
Then what?
Your turn? For green? You did it.
No,
one.
I'm waiting for you
Oh,
to
sorry. I
finish.
thought you said when I was doing something, you were doing something.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was just showing.
Sorry.
I don't remember now what I was showing.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was playing events just because it was like any
Oh,
time.
okay.
Whatever. Just thought I would kill some time while you were thinking. Okay, so I get to plant 1. I'm going to plant this for 2 soil. And I get to draw a card. Okay. And green abilities, none. Okay. Pass to the token. Oh yeah, you're doing end of turn. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 5 abilities.
You have 5 plus cards, each having
2
different abilities,
Yeah, sorry.
right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. So Mel got the 15-point race, 1 down. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. Oh wait, that would
Oh,
happen
it happened
right
right
now.
now.
Yeah, duh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I have 9 cards, 3 or less, I think. 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 cards, each with a soil cost of 3 or less. And yeah. All right, I'm gonna take the Ayala ability. And I'm gonna draw 4 cards. I'm getting 2 growth.
Okay.
And I'll just put so. And 2 growth, and then yellow abilities. So get rid of a card from hand. For this, to gain 3 sprouts. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this one, I gain a growth. I'll just gain this one. And a sprout. Okay, then here I can spend a sprout and a growth to gain 2 soil and compost a card from hand. Let's go with this one. Okay, and then yellow, 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 yellow. This one let me compost 2 from hand. Okay, and then down here I can spend a compost card for 3 more sprouts. And I'll put them all in discard. And that is me done. Now you can take one of the craptastic yellow actions.
I'll take 2 cards, please.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, and then I'll fire my yellow abilities. This one is to draw a card. Multicolored. This one is discard one of these to gain a soil. This one is to get rid of a soil to gain 3 growths, which, where was I? This one. 1, 2. This one is compost 2 cards from my hand. 1, 2. This one. Yeah, let's get rid of a composted card for a grow. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead. You'll just be able to grab it from your angle better.
Sorry.
Yep.
And then that's me done. Okay.
So you're active player.
And I'm going for red action. I need some soil. I have none. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And compost 2 cards from the top of the deck. 1, 2. Okay, red actions. I'll do this one first, so I'll draw 2 cards. 1, 2. This one I will compost 2 from my hand. One, 2. Compost 2 from the top of the deck. Oh, that's 3, sorry. 1, 2. I will discard 1 for soil. I will not do that one. I will discard 1 for a growth. And this one, I don't think I need to draw. No, I'm good. Done.
All right, so I'll just gain 2 soil. And for this bottom part, then fire off red actions, so gain 2 sprouts. This one right here. And I don't think I'm going to fire off this one. And that's it. End of turn. I'm going to... Let's take the yellow action. Draw 4 cards. Oh no. Oh no, messy. Okay, 2 growth. It's here. It's here. And yellow actions. So I chose the yellow. Let me get rid of a card from hand. Take 3 sprouts. 1, 2, 3. 3. And then spend a growth. Or no, sorry, gain a growth. And a sprout. Here. And then spend a sprout and a growth. No, I'll leave that. Then here, compost 2 from hand. Okay. And then down here, I can spend a compost to gain 3 more sprouts. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And it's your go on the yellow actions.
Okay, I will draw 2 cards. Okay, and then yellow actions. Sorry, draw 1 more. This one I can get rid of a composted for a soil. Do I want 3 growths? Probably. Get rid of a soil for 3 growths. I think we do 1, 2, 3. Compost 2 cards from my hand. 1, 2. Do I need another growth? Probably. Yeah, let's do 1 more growth. There. And done.
All right, here you go.
That. 2, 4, 6. Okay, we'll take the green action to plant. Spend 3. And plant that right there. And then I'll spend 2 to plant that. That probably won't get the ability out of it, but it's worth 9 victory points, so. Okay, and then 4 cards and get rid of 1. 1, 2, 3. Or keep 1, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bernardo says, greetings from the land of mountains, cabrito, calves, and extreme heat, visiting family and friends. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope you are too, Bernardo. Awesome. Hello. Javier, have fun with your beers at the swimming pool. I can understand.
This one is. Sorry, just looking at what I've already done to see. This one I'll keep.
Assuming I'm saying that correctly.
And then green abilities.
Javier?
I think I only have 1 to draw a card. Alrighty, go ahead.
Awesome. All right.
Green.
Green.
Yep.
Wrap your action. So plant. Let's go with. I'm gonna spend 8 soil. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, it's got that symbols. It's got all. Like I've never seen this before, where it's all 4 types.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I get a discount on trees, I guess. I'll just put it. Put it there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. At the end of my turn, I did have the 9. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for this one. 9
And then I
cards.
draw a
3 or
card.
less.
And green abilities, nope. Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm the active player. I'll take the plant action. It's gonna plant 2. Let's go with. Put this one for 2 soil. And let's go with this one for 4 soil. And then I draw 4 cards. Choose 1. The rest. And green abilities. 0 green abilities. You get to do the crappier green action. Go.
I don't think I will plant actually, because I don't want to plant something that just costs 1. So I'll just draw a card. And then green actions is only to draw a card.
Here you go.
I'm going to do red. I gain 5 soil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And compost 2 from the top of the deck. Okay. Red actions. I will do this one first to draw 2 cards. Okay, then I can compost 3 from my hand. 1.
How do I say it?
1, 2, 3.
Javier? I don't know.
Compost 2 more from my
Remember,
hand.
English and French are our languages here in Canada. Spanish or any other language not spoken so much.
2.
So I'm a noob. I'm a noob in pronouncing anything like that.
2 from the top.
Just keep that in mind.
I will gain a soil by discarding that. I will.
Javier is French. Ah, okay. What am I saying? Javier?
That I will not do. This one I will do. Discard one of these for growth. Can I finish anything? No.
I felt like it was like Spanish.
And this one.
Okay.
No. I am done my red.
Okay.
But take your time.
Cool. I'm so sorry for butchering it though. I do feel bad. I appreciate your kindness and understanding. I'm horrible.
Actually, anytime I can play an event, right? So I might as well just do this right now, a solar flare, which I need to get rid of a cube, 2 growth, and that will let me draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
What am I doing? The crappier red?
Sorry, I'll play one more event because I just drew it. Yeah. Draw the top 3 cards of my compost. Keep 1, return the other 2.
That's
2,
cool.
3. I guess keep 1, return the other 2. And then I will have the 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end of the turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so crappy red, right?
Yep.
I'll take 2 soil. Then I'm going to look here and see if I get 2 green cubes. Put those here. And then copy one of your red abilities from your island.
Oh, that's
May
cool.
change each use. Let's see, what do we want to do? I feel like red. Let's compost. No, we'll just take 2 more cubes. And then compost a card from hand for a soil. Sure. And then this one lets me spend a cube and a growth. No, I'm good actually. I don't need to spend that and do that. That's it. So end of turn?
Yep. I have 4 events in my disc. Okay.
What do I need to fire off? Yeah, I'll take the red action. So 5 soil. And 2 compost. Then I'm going to draw 2 cards. I took the red action. Okay, then I'll get 2 green cubes. I'll put them right here. And then I go across, copy a red ability. I'll just draw 2 more cards. Okay. And then here I can compost a card from hand. Okay. And gain a soil. And then here I can spend a cube and a growth. And that will allow me to compost a card from hand and gain 2 soil. That's me for red. Here we go.
Alrighty. I will take 2 soil. And then red actions. I can compost 3 cards from my hand. 1, 2, 3. 2 more from my hand. 1, 2. I can compost 2 from the top of the deck. I can discard 1 for a soil. I won't do that yet. This one I'll do. I'll get rid of 1 of these for a growth. This is worth 5, so let's put that there. And this one, I don't need to do that. Okay.
Here you go.
I think I'm going to. That's green. I need to plant.
Oh, Michael R., if you ever run out of the deck, you just take the discard pile and shuffle it up and make a new deck. So it's like you'll never run out. But there are rules. Obviously, probably at 5-player it could, depending on what kind of engines are going on. But it does say you just don't get to draw effects if you're literally out. You could also, there's a rule that they say if you want to play a variant at your table to keep the deck kind of full, is you can choose to compost off the discard pile also to just deplete the deck less. So it's like a player's choice whether they take cards off the top to their compost or off the discard. So there's ways to deal with that. So it should be good. There's tons of cards.
I'm going to draw 4 cards and keep 1. Discard the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, those are discarded.
Cool.
And then green abilities. I think I have this one to draw a card. And then this one I can't, nothing can happen here because I don't have any places to put cubes on the other side. But I wanted the ability for that side, so. Okay, green action for you.
Green crappy action. So planting. Plant this one for 4. And then I draw a card. And green abilities. I have one now. I draw a card. And 1, 2, 3. And then duel. 3. I think I have the 5 duels. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 2 different abilities on each. Finally got there. And yeah. Okay. Done that. I'm the active player.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go yellow. Yeah, we'll take yellow. So put this here, draw 4 cards. Okay, 2 growth. Here and here. Okay, then yellow abilities. I can get rid of 1 from hand. Oh, brown. What do I have a brown? 1, 2, 3, 4 brown. Ooh. Well, let me look. This brown. This brown I don't. What was I doing? This one here for 3 green cubes. Okay, then this is yellow ability still. So I go here, I gain a growth. And a cube. Yellow, yellow, spend a cube and a growth for composting a card from hand. And a dirt. 2 from hand, composted. One, 2. Okay. And where was that? Here. Then I can spend one of these. 3 more cubes. Sure. Cubes. Take 2 cubes. I think everything else is full. All right. That was me firing off yellows. I did that one. All right, you're yellow.
Now we'll draw 2 cards.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna play event. For 0 minus 1 dirt. No, I don't need to play that yet. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so I drew the 2 cards, no problem. And then yellow actions. I get to draw a card. That was yellow. Here I can discard 1. Do I need to? Yeah, 1 for soil. I think so. And then 1 soil for 3 growth on this one. Let's do 2 on this one. 2. Let's do 1 on that one. Okay. Compost 2 from my hand. One, 2. 1 more growth. Yep. We'll exchange that for growth. And done.
Here you go.
I need to do this, I think. Just for that. Yeah, I need to plant because I need to get this hopefully before you do. So I'm going to place that brown one up there. It costs only 1 because all of my winter are 1 less. And then does this matter where this one goes? No, let's just put that one up here. This one also is 1 less, so it costs 3. Okay, then green ability. Oh, I didn't want to pay in cubes. Green abilities. This one lets me draw a card, and that one doesn't trigger. And I think I have 5 brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
At the end of the round.
So I will plant 1 for 8. I'll put it here. I think no, I'll put it up here. For 8 soil. And green ability. Oh, I draw a card. Green abilities, gain 3 cubes. I don't probably even have a spot for any of that. And then down here, draw a card.
I think it depends for running the deck out. I think it depends on the kind of engines you're building. If you're building more compost and draw.
I'll play this event, spend 5 cubes. Yes, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cubes to draw a card. And then compost 8 off the deck.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yep,
So that is.
yep, that's good.
Okay, and then end of the round, you said you had something.
Yes.
I think active player gets to place it first.
I have
also
5
have
brown.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brown also. I think it's active player first, might be first player first. I don't know, but whatever. And then I also have the events.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, all those are done. Okay, and then
On to you.
on to me. Well, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I'll just take the green action.
Okay.
Where I'll just plant 2 cards for free because they're discounted by the 1 soil each. Just a troll play, not really good for victory points, but I don't know. And then I'll draw 4, pick 1. So this signifies the end of the game because I'm second player, you're first. So to have the equal amount of turns, I built this.
Yep.
So this goes here. I get that 7 points. And then I don't think it matters what I draw unless I think I get an event which I could like do stuff with, but I didn't. So it doesn't really matter. And then, but we still finished the whole turn. So I did that. Now green abilities, 3 cubes. I'll put 2 here, 1 here. And then, those are all full, right? Yep, okay. That was 3 cubes. Keep going, and draw a card. Let me just check my events here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm done all my stuff, so you get to do the
Well, I cannot.
secondary green. So plant and draw a card, and then
I cannot plant. I have no soil, and I don't think I have anything that's free. Oh,
check your discount.
maybe this.
All
my trees.
leafy ones.
Nope.
Cost 1 less
my
dirt.
winter ones. Unless that 2 cost is a leafy and a winter. Nope. Nope. I don't think I can. That's fine. And then I get to draw a card. I don't think it matters. And then I draw a card for
Let's
this.
get an event that you could do.
Oh yeah,
something
I guess.
with,
So that's
right?
this card and this card. Nope. That's
Okay.
it. Okay.
So that's end of the game. Now we total up some scores.
I'm gonna use a calculator because
Yeah, that's why I put it there.
I don't even
Zach,
want
I
to
did it
try.
too, yep. So I'll put R for me, M for you.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna add up victory points on cards that are in our island board and in our little island tableau here, just for playing them out. So I don't know, I'll just go first. So I have 1, 2, 3, plus 8 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 3 more is 19, 20, 23, plus 9 more is 32. And 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, plus 5 is 44. 44. All right, you do the same.
5, 9, 18, 22, 23, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 45, 49, 51, 53, 54, 58.
Whoa. 58. All right, now we total up our event stack, which I have 0, 0, 0, and -1.
I have
so
all zeros.
-1 for me.
Nothing there.
And 0 for you. Okay. Next is counting our compost.
Yeah. $33.
I also have 33.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought you had way more than me.
I think I spent maybe too many of them doing other things.
But that just made other victory points somewhere else.
Yeah, hopefully.
So now we add up green cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
5.
5. Okay. That's the best. That's what I like to hear. Feels like I won on something. It's not a great 5, but it's
What do you need, eraser?
oh, I got one here. Yeah, just my
Yeah,
writing.
I was short on that one.
5. Okay. Next is for growth points. So I have one completed here. So it's my right number of 3. One down here is a 3. That is all for 6.
Okay, I
Now what do you
have
got?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 21, 26, 31, 35. No, did I do that wrong?
Only 1 point.
Oh,
Because it's one trunk. It's not
yes,
completed.
yes,
so
yes. Sorry, I thought in my head it was supposed to be completed.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
minus 4, 31.
31. Okay. Next is terrain cards. So any of the brown that are end game scoring related, not discounts or engine fueling. Oh, I put that down late. Never mind.
Oh,
It says you cannot choose the blue action, but I don't think I ever chose it really all game. But I just read that. I slapped that down near the end just for the 2 abilities, but I didn't even read what that did because I like just drew it and was like playing it basically. I just read it now though. Oops. This one says all sun costs 1 less soil. I probably didn't pay attention to that at all, but that was also a later card I didn't really read. Okay. Counts as flora for all types when scoring. Okay, I'll worry about that later. Discount. Oh, here we go. 3 points for every bush in this column. So not a bush. This is a bush, and this is a bush. So that's 6 points. And no, yeah, 6 points. What do you get for your terrain?
Okay, not. This one here is 3 for each mushroom orthogonally adjacent. And I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 6, 9, 12 for that. And then this one is 3 for each tree in the row, which I have 2 trees. So what did I say? I was at 12, 15, 18 I should have.
18?
3, 6, 9, 12.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, and we'll go look at our global ecosystem cards up here. So this one says 3 points for each flora with 3 or more growth tokens on it. I did horrible on this one. So I got only 2. So that is 6 points. What'd you get?
I got 3, 6, 9, 12.
12, okay. Then we look at the next one. It's 3 flora for every 2 cards costing 3 or less. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Do these count as well? I wasn't sure on that one.
No.
No? Okay.
No,
12.
I don't think so. It'll tell you when events count on the card.
Okay.
So 12, so 6 times 3, 18.
Yep.
Right?
Okay, and then for each costing 3 or less.
Yeah, so repair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have
5 times 3 is
10,
15.
yeah.
Okay, then your personal. So mine is 2 points for each flora with a cube on every little square from 1 to 6.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that. That's right.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Wow.
Okay.
And minus 4 for each 3 cards with an even victory point cost. 0 counts as even. These ones I assumed this counted because these have
Nope.
no.
Well, events
okay.
never
That's
count
fine.
unless the card tells you.
I did that just
but
in
it
case.
does tell you it counts these 2.
Okay. Okay. So then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's
So that should
3
be
pairs, because up to 9, right? 3/3, 3
Yep.
3 trios.
So it should be 12.
3
That's
times 4 is
yeah.
12, yes. And then the last one is the fauna cards. So these little points on this board with your leaf tokens. So I have, that's 22 for 2 11s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's 29 with a 7 added on. Another 11, that is 40. And then plus 15, that's 55.
Mm-hmm. So 30, 45, 56.
56.
Oh,
Okay.
it's going to be a close one,
There you
I
go,
think.
calculator lady. Total her up. And that's a minus. Don't forget to take away that 1 there for that event I threw out there. Point salad, because plants, you know. It says Mike Clarnice, yeah.
Okay, Rob has 221.
221.
You can double check my math if you
I
want.
don't care. You probably
but
won anyway, so
I don't know.
if you need to fudge some numbers at the end to really get the lead, you go nuts. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I like about this game. Like, I have tons of green cubes, but you have tons of growing
Oh, I
things.
did.
but I think your cards on the table cost it a lot, and mine didn't. I went for like cheap cards that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
240 to 221.
Yeah.
Mel's the wiener.
I actually thought that you were going to win when you counted all of these cubes. And I was like, oh, I didn't go with that. But I think I kind of countered it with the growth.
I had 0 growth. Yeah. So I knew my thing was going to be green cubes. Your thing was obviously growth things. But it came down to, I think, the cards you played on the table and just beating me a couple times to a couple of these, like on like a turn or two, which helped get you like 8 or so points. But I thought maybe if I came back with that, but to play that, I put like 2 crappy locations down just to close the game off. I feel like I could have got way more points by hitting a location, a different action, but then you would have done a bunch of things to get points, and this was like, you'll just keep gaining a lead also. So congratulations to Mel.
Thank you. What I tried to do too is make it so there was one action I never needed to choose based on the cards I had.
It kind of always works out.
Yeah, which was my yellow one. So these were kind of just happening based on other actions.
Yeah, I kept choosing yellow.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm just giving you growth over there.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's the first time I've actually beat you at this game. I usually don't.
Your second time playing, so we're even.
Yeah, we're even. You're right.
But we played in a 4-player game, so that doesn't count. It's apples and oranges.
But you still crushed us.
But we're all learning. It was our first time ever playing. Like, who cares? But yeah.
Oh, Michael said, love watching you both. You were in the zone. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, because that's just how I want to show that's how the game is. It is kind of like multiplayer solitaire, but there is an aspect once you get really good at it, paying attention to what everyone else is doing at the table for the racing mechanic, or like, you know, to know if you should be racing for something or just kind of back off because you know someone else is going to get it before you, is good. So then you can focus on something else. So I feel like at the beginning, just try to get as many as you can, whether you're first or not. Just work on them. Try to build a nice little engine, but eventually, yes, paying attention to what others are doing at the table matters. And there even is a recommended rule if you want to be really competitive, is when you're planting stuff all simultaneously, plant it face down and then reveal it all at the same time. Because people will treat this game like Terraforming Mars or Wingspan. There are tournaments in competitive play and people are very competitive with it. So once you know all the cards, you know the game very well, and you played it like 100 times, or you're going for points and there's money on the line and judges and rules and stuff. Any competitive game is like that, where there are ways to play to make sure the advantages are kept fair, right? So yeah, we could plant all at the same time, any card planted face down, because it happens simultaneous. And then we all reveal, and then we fire off abilities and stuff. So, because it might matter. You know, you see I plant something, then you're like, well, I'm not going to plant that because I'm going to go for this thing instead of this thing now. And like, you know.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get the events one before me for sure.
I just couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's what I was also digging for them.
Yeah, I was digging too. I'm like, it's whoever finds it first is going to get it. But yeah. Like, I still wanted to get it. So that's why I was digging. I'm like, I can't even find an event to choose from.
I also wasn't 100% sure if this counted for my event. So I didn't want to play. I wanted to throw only zeros. I also didn't want to negative my number in here. So I was trying to be selective too on the events I was playing.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a fun game for sure.
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah, I like the little race mechanic to it, but like you don't need to if you don't want to, kind of thing, and just work on your own little island privately and kind of live in your own world. But it is very multiplayer solitaire, it feels like, except for the racing, which is nice. It's nice to add that in. Some people don't want you know, their competitive games to be full of, you know, take that and all in your face and, you know, stress, which you wouldn't want this nature-y kind of building an island game to have much stress anyway. But there is a little tension with the racing for the goals. But yeah, that's Earth.
I think that was my hand. Sorry, that was there.
Yeah, Melis, what are your thoughts on the game after a couple plays now?
So I like the game. I like that there's not really any like take that in it. It is kind of just like a solitaire game. You can kind of, like you said, you can kind of watch what people are doing for the end game scoring, but really does it matter because you only have what you have in your hand. You can't make events appear. You can only dig so much.
You do have choice. Like one game I had like 20 something cards in hand because I was building up this thing to like then compost and so you have like lots of choice sometimes.
You do.
The choice on actions each turn. It's like based on other people what actions are taken at the table. You might be like, ooh, and I was doing it to you where I'd see like you kind of need soil. I'm going to take the plant just because I know it screws you over and you're going to be forced to take the soil action, which then gives me soil. And then like I throw you off a little bit, but I was doing it a little bit. But yes, like when you play it a lot, yes, the choice of which action you're taking when it comes around to you, how it benefits the rest of the table, and what cards you actually play at a hand, or composting. They're all multi-use cards basically because you can compost them from your hand, or choose to plant them, or just hold them forever. So yeah, there is choice, and yes, I think there is another layer to the game that obviously if you played it a lot, like I said, yeah, there is a competitive edge to it you can gain by playing it a lot and paying attention to
Yeah.
other players.
Sorry, I think what I more meant by that was like you only can do what you have in your hand. So if you can't accomplish the goals that are kind of like the main goals, you can kind of look and see, okay, how can I get other points and beat people in other ways,
Oh,
right?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
maybe you play cards that have higher victory point or points on them, or you play more cards that have the growth or the cubes on them to kind of balance your points out there. And then I played completely different to the time that I played last time. So it shows that there is different ways, like you said, like there's so many variety on the actions that you can take that you can kind of make a growth mechanic or a cube mechanic or, however you want to play, which is really cool. The art on them is pretty,
Yeah, I like
definitely
the graphic
really
design
pretty. It
and
looks
stuff.
very nice on the table. I like how it, again, when you're not playing on stream, you play like simultaneously. So it doesn't feel like it takes a long time. Like obviously when you're
flows nice,
watching
too.
us play and we're kind of doing one and then the other, in a 4-player game, we weren't doing that. So it did flow nicely. So it doesn't feel like you're waiting for the downturn. But yeah, I like it. Good game.
Cool. Yeah, cool engine building game. I gave most of my thoughts at the end of my solo stream after playing it multiplayer and solo, so you can get those there. Kind of talked about it a bit during the game, but yeah. It's just another one of those engine building, zen looking, nice, Euro engine games, multiplayer solitaire, point salad, victory point race kind of thing. But yeah, it's solid. Definitely a solid game. Good rule book. Nice flow, nice length, easy setup, other than the shuffling 4,000 cards. So make sure you have band-aids nearby, because if you shuffle a lot, you're going to be cutting your hand up. Just kidding. But yeah, that's Earth, published by Inside Up Games. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions from the live chat?
I do agree with what Michael's saying. He says, I think those can't use blue action cards need a token or something to remind you. Because when you put them down, you could forget. And if other people don't even notice that you did it.
No, yeah, true. So you should pay attention. I was just slamming that card down near the end of the game because I didn't care. But like I was getting green tokens more than I could even put on my card. So my engine was kind of bad, not efficient. So I never needed to take the blue action anyway. And I remember looking at the card quickly and was like, yeah, I'll keep this one because I never do blue action, so I don't care. But I still get to use the blue action when other players do it. I get to do it. So it's kind of cool how like you might lock yourself out of a certain action, but you still get it if other players are choosing it, right? But then if somebody sees that, that's another aspect where
Then they may
that player's
not.
never doing it.
Yeah.
So you better find a way to either don't play cards that benefit from blue actions because they're going to fire off less at the table, or maybe you now know you're pigeonholed into being the one to choose the blue action all the time. So you might as well put down some blue abilities to fire off all the time on the blue when you get to do it. So that's kind of a weird one. I don't know how to play that, but I tell you, man, this kind of game, when like you get a group that just plays it consistently and gets super serious and competitive with it, they start realizing when they see a certain art down in the person's tableau, just like in our competitive card games we played in the past, you see a certain card across the table, that card, everyone's on edge now and respects that card and knows it based on the art, right?
Yep.
So you'll play around it or play differently based on seeing it. So it's just one of those kind of games. There's just so many cards in this game, kind of like Arc Nova, where you're just like, it's almost impossible to memorize them all and see them all and try to plan your game before sitting down because you just don't know what you're going to see and draw into. So you just got to make the best with what you see through the game. Because if you're spending the whole time digging to try to build something, you might not find it. And then you're maybe doing actions inefficient and wasting those turns drawing when you should be maybe planting or that kind of stuff, whatever. But yeah.
I do like the idea of where you plant things in your tableau make a huge difference, because if you plant something and then you can't use the action because you don't gain the resource before that action or so, I like that idea. It really makes you think of where you're going to put everything and how you're going to shift things. And then when you find those cards that say for each tree in the row or the column, and you're like, oh, had I known I would have found this, I would have planted differently.
That's one thing I find fun that I'm still trying to understand with it is the where to place things in your tableau, because some of those cards are in the game. And then when you draw those cards early, you should respect them more. And I don't, where it's like, oh, I need bushes in a row to get tons of points. But I hold that card because it doesn't have an ability on it that fires off every turn. So then I think, let me start just throwing down Flora cards that fire off based on all the actions going. And I'll put my victory point cards down later. You can't necessarily do that because some of those you need to put them down in a spot and build around them and plan them, or at least save up all the pieces in your hand and then try to plant them down when you get chances. But yeah, sometimes I stare at them. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll save all these mushrooms to plant down adjacent to this thing, but then I'm like, I don't have enough soil to build this thing, and I need to compost some cards. Yeah, let's just compost all the mushrooms in that thing, and I won't do that engine because it's like too expensive to put down. It doesn't work for certain victory point conditions. So it's like you just gotta, you're constantly like, decision points are just hitting you at different, you know, points basically as you go through the game of just like, keep this card, compost this card, save this card, plant this card, where to plant it. There's just so much to think about, which is really neat. But if you kind of just like get used to the game, the play will speed up. But yes, you could get very analysis paralysis in this game for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Anyways, thank you all for watching. We're going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you in the next stream. And yeah, don't forget to click that like button. Thank you all 28 of you who did at this point. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Feel free to share the videos. Thank you all these folks here for being members on YouTube or Patreon, supporting us to allow me to do this full time. I appreciate it. Allow Mel to spend her weekends playing board games with us. So if you like what you see on the channel, you want to see more, you know, consider supporting us here. Much appreciated. We don't get paid by the publishers to play the games, FYI. We do it a little different around here. So anyways, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.